Hello everyone and welcome to my Sister Wives Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Christine Brown, the fiery and fan-favorite wife from Sister Wives, declared that she was finally ready to write her tell-all novel, and jaws dropped across the reality television industry. For more than a decade, audiences saw her navigate the emotional maze of plural marriage with grace, irony, and grief in her eyes. She was the third wife, mother of 6, and homemaker who struggled to keep it together while quietly breaking down within. But now, in the most anticipated reality TV book release of the decade, Christine is not only stepping out of the shadows, but tearing down the entire Brown family curtain. Christine, finally free, tells the unfiltered truth about her journey through plural marriage, her struggle to balance faith with personal dignity, the lies she believed, the rules she followed, the sister wives she loved and resented, and her shocking realization that freedom was worth everything she had to give up. Christine's book is more than just a story. It's a declaration of independence from a life that had gradually drained her energy. And now she's ready to reveal the truth that the world has been waiting to hear. In the opening few chapters, Christine takes readers back to her early years. Not just the public TLC years, but the years before the cameras, when polygamy was a way of life rather than a contentious TV premise. Christine was raised in a profoundly religious conservative Mormon household, and thought wholeheartedly that plural marriage was sacred, holy, and honorable. Her parents were also dedicated to the lifestyle. It was an integral part of her personality. She describes how, from a young age, she was raised to believe that being a member of a celestial family was the ultimate objective, and that questioning that meant questioning God. This deep-rooted faith was more than just a belief system. It was a roadmap for her entire life. She openly discusses feeling chosen when Kody Brown pursued her. To her, joining the Brown family felt like a divine calling. But the illusion did not persist. Christine's candor becomes even more compelling as she recounts her early days with Kody and the original spouses, Mary and Janelle. Initially, she trusted the promises of sisterhood, support, harmony, and shared parenthood. But she could tell there were tensions right away. Christine's memoir details her complex relationship with Mary Brown. "Mary and I were never close," she explains. "We didn't speak unless we had to." Christine describes how the toxic energy in her early home made her feel like an outcast in an already weak marriage. "There were no equal wives," she acknowledges. "There was only Mary, and then the rest of us." Her admissions depict a young lady who was continually censoring herself to protect the peace, constantly attempting to earn Kody's devotion, and continuously being overlooked in a marriage that presented itself as fair and balanced. But it was Robyn Brown's presence that dashed Christine's last hope. Christine does not hold back as she recalls how Robyn's arrival in the family dynamic represented a watershed moment not only for Kody, but for all of the spouses. "Kody changed when Robyn joined," Christine reveals. "It was like witnessing a man falling in love for the first time, and the rest of us vanished." Christine acknowledges that at first, she attempted to be supportive. She sought to greet Robyn with open arms. But when she watched how Kody began to prioritize Robyn's children, her home, and her opinion, leaving the other wives to fend for themselves, it broke her heart. "He became her husband in every way," she explains. "And we were just spiritual footnotes in his life." Christine's memories of spending holidays alone, missing birthdays, and experiencing emotional neglect are distressing. Christine finally admits what fans have been screaming for years. Kody did not love all of his spouses. He adored Robyn. The rest of us had obligations. As her emotional tone develops, Christine reveals one of the most agonizing secrets of all. The moment she realized her pain was affecting her children. "I saw it in Truly's eyes," she explains. "She asked me why Daddy didn't come over. I couldn't respond to her without lying or sobbing." Christine recalls the endless nights she spent up with crying children who demanded Kody's attention, the missed milestones, and the vacant seats at meals. "They were old enough to notice," she explains. "And I was too tired to pretend anymore." Christine began to consider leaving, not just Kody, but the entire lifestyle, during those quiet, agonizing moments. "I started asking myself, if God wants me to be miserable, what kind of God is that?" Christine's narrative focuses not only on loss, but also on awakening. Christine discusses her private studies on boundaries, emotional abuse, and the psychology of toxic relationships in The Exit Door, a stunning chapter. She came across concepts such as polygamy trauma, spiritual bypassing, and covert narcissism. She began journaling, going to therapy, and talking with other women who had left numerous marriages. I realized I wasn't crazy, I was just suppressed, she says. Her voice is strong and clear throughout the chapter, as if she has had enough of apologizing for desiring more than a spiritually detached spouse and a life of sacrifice. I wasn't asking for too much, she explains. I was asking the wrong person. She describes the exact moment she chose to leave, a frigid evening in Flagstaff when Kody once again put Robyn's feelings ahead of her own. He looked at me like I was a problem, she says. And I knew right then. I'd spent too many years trying to be the solution. Christine packed a bag, went to a friend's house, and cried for hours in the car. But those tears were more than just pain. They were a form of release. She says she awoke the next morning feeling hopeful for the first time in years. From there, the memoir takes a positive turn. Christine describes returning to Utah, reconnecting with her extended family, and most importantly, discovering herself. She started hiking again, reading spiritual books that emphasized self-worth over shame, and spending one-on-one time with her children. I started laughing again, she writes. Real belly-deep laughter. It was not long before she met David Woolley, whom she characterizes as gentle, attentive and present. Christine confesses she was frightened of trusting again, but David's persistence helped heal her wounds. He doesn't complete me, she explains. He celebrates me. But Christine's story does not leave the past unexplored. She devoted substantial pages to the psychological cost of being on reality television. She discusses producers urging her to stay longer, fan criticism, and even incidents where her children were targeted online. The show saved us financially, she writes. But it broke us emotionally. She talks about how the spotlight became a double-edged sword, providing a platform to finally escape while also exposing her most vulnerable moments to millions. And she is open about her regrets. I stayed too long, she confesses. I let myself disappear. But she soon follows up with what she learned. Leaving does not imply failure. Remaining silent does. One of the most talked about sections of Christine's book is the lies we tell ourselves. She recounts all the internal narratives she utilized to survive. Kody's just stressed he'll come around. Robyn didn't mean to hurt me. God wants me to endure. She then adds in bold characters, all lies. Christine also discusses how her religion evolved. She describes a new relationship with God that is built on love, autonomy, and healing, rather than the fundamentalist understanding of Mormonism that she previously had. God doesn't ask us to disappear, she writes. God asks us to grow. Her spiritual reawakening is immensely uplifting, showing readers how a woman can abandon a restrictive belief system while yet maintaining her connection with the divine. As the narrative comes to an end, Christine addresses the elephant in the room. What comes next? She mentions beginning a podcast, organizing a women's retreat program for people exiting harmful relationships, and continuing to raise awareness about the emotional toll of polygamy. This isn't just my story, she explains.